Hey guys, it's Rob. Okay, I need to put you onto something. Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick was an instant New York Times bestseller. That should be enough right there. End of commercial, but I will go on because it originally blew up on Book Talk. Like, I'm talking tens of thousands of reviews. Major fan obsession energy. So if you love dark romantasy with serious world building, this one delivers. Fae, dragons, gods, shifters, vampires. I mean, supernatural fans, this is right up our alley. Basically everything you want, plus a really unique twist with modern technology woven into the fantasy world. And the tropes, oh man, you've got fated mates, enemies with benefits, morally gray characters, my favorite kind of character, toucher and die, forced proximity, truly all the good stuff. But what really stands out is the emotional depth. The main character is dealing with anxiety and depression in a way that actually shapes the story. So it hits on a deeper level while still giving you that addictive, dramatic romance. I mean, it really is the best of all things. It's something that really appeals to us personally, but it also feeds our love of fantasy, romantasy. Also, if you're a special edition person, there's a gorgeous deluxe version with stenciled edges, foil details, and full color character art from Kensington Publishing. It's on sale now, so if you've been looking for your next fantasy binge, this is it. Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick. You can find it wherever books are sold, in print and in ebook.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
In 2005, two brothers hit the road searching for their father and ended up fighting demons, ghosts, monsters, angels, and preventing the apocalypse.
Over 15 seasons, Supernatural became more than just a television series. It became a fandom, a community, and for many people, a chosen family.
I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played the Trickster, Gabriel, Loki, and I also directed a number of episodes along the way.
And I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley, who was later revealed to be God.
Spoiler alert! Now, we spent years making the show, but we never actually sat down and watched every single episode in order. Until now.
And this season, we're diving into Season 9, the fallout of the angel trials and the fall of heaven, secret possessions and broken trust, and a whole new war between angels, demons, and the Winchester brothers.
Each week, we'll revisit every episode alongside the actors, writers, directors, editors, composers, and a whole slew of crew members who helped bring the series to life.
We'll share behind-the-scenes stories, revisit unforgettable moments, and talk about what happened on set, preserving the history of this iconic show.
Now, fair warning, just like Rob proved a few seconds ago, there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there will be. And remember, this is our first real watch-through of the series, so if we forget a plot point, mix up some lore, or don't know what happens 3 episodes from now, that's just part of the ride.
So join us as we fire up the Impala once again, hit the open road, and continue our journey through Season 9 of Supernatural. Hey everybody, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Speight Jr.
And we're talking about Season 9, Episode 2, Devil May Care.
Well, yeah, but I think we should still do our best. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, whatever.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I thought you were going to go with, yeah, but he's still a bad guy, right? I mean, sure, he may care sometimes, but he's still a devil.
overall, he's just not a good Not a good person.
Not a good dude. Not a good dude.
He may care, but he also may not care. And are you willing to take that chance?
The devil is devil may care.
You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Here's my question. What is Devil May Care from?
Well, maybe we'll find out in the mythology of it all.
You're going to make me listen to the whole podcast? Gah. All right, fine.
Hey, speaking of listeners, thanks for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, seriously. Devil may care. Also, Robin Rich may care.
May care, and we do. We may, and you know what? We do. And we thank you immensely. And please keep telling your friends, even if you think everyone knows.
They don't.
Nobody knows.
No.
So let them know. And now we take you to Season 9, Episode 2. Exciting Season 9 stuff going on.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just looking for you to come on in with something.
All right, let's summarize the damn thing. Go, Rob.
In the aftermath of the Angel's fall, Sam and Dean secretly hold Crowley prisoner in the Men of Letters bunker.
Yep.
Sam continues recovering from the trials, unaware that the angel Ezekiel is still secretly driving the wheel, possessing him to keep him alive. Dean hides the truth, uneasy about the arrangement, but determined to save his brother.
Right.
I'm just going to right now just say, I think, once again, Jared Padalecki, very impressive stuff in this episode, playing Ezekiel as himself. I thought that was a great turn.
100%. And I think we don't want to skip over the teaser.
Well, what happened? Remind me.
Where Abbadon comes back to life in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Afternoon, everybody.
I know. The hottest.
Hello, my name is Rich. This is my friend Rob.
Exactly. Hello. Married and divorced.
I think it was at this point when Rob called me and said, maybe Alaina should play my wife in Kings of Con.
That's not true. That is not true.
No, it's a really cool, I mean, again, for somebody like myself who loves the character of Abbadon, loves Alaina as Abbadon.
Oh, man.
I thought she was gone. And then
she's back.
Dragging that body bag in.
Again.
And by the way, no severed headlines, just like...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just hair falling down around the shoulders,
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Is she kind of the big bad of Season 9? I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, but one of the interesting things about that reveal of her coming out of the tub is that whatever that demon did to the body, it got the head scar removed and sewn back on. It got the hair to cascade down gloriously and got her a hell of a manicure.
Yes.
You see that hand
that was awesome.
come over the tub.
That was so great though, man. It's like comic book great.
Yeah.
And that is why we love the character of Abbadon. She's such a great.
And she's so great. And also she's such an imposing figure, Alaina, as a human.
Yes. And I don't mean this in a gross way, but she's incredibly gorgeous woman, and she's a badass.
No, she's like a statue. I mean, she's like an oil painting, and she's so tall. She cuts an impressive figure.
Yeah. Well, we better get back to the summary. I think we've drooled enough over Alaina Huffman.
I actually, that's all the time we have for today, everybody.
Elsewhere, a demon named Jason resurrects Abbadon, the ancient knight of hell. Furious over how Crowley has modernized hell into a business operation, Abbadon declares herself the rightful ruler and promises to restore demons to their violent, conquering roots. To prove her power, she brutally kills a demon who questions her authority. That poor old lady.
I know. It's elder abuse.
It is. At the bunker, Kevin Tran works to repair the damaged Men of Letters systems caused by the Angel Fall, and it really kicked quite quickly.
What does he do when he shoots the crossbow?
Yeah.
At Jensen.
Yeah.
At Dean.
Yeah.
Dean says something, and he goes like, oh, nice shot, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he calls him Katniss from,
No.
Hunger Games.
And he pulls an obscure reference. Dean knows the character from Hunger Games?
We all do, dude.
Come on.
At the bunker, Kevin Tran works to repair damaged Men of Letter systems caused by the Angel Fall. Dean and Sam question Crowley about demon activity, but Crowley refuses to cooperate unless it benefits him. Meanwhile, Kevin searches for ways to undo Metatron's spell and close heaven again. Abbadon begins hunting down people connected to the Winchesters. Demons possessing Navy sailors kidnap and...
I thought that was cool on the bus, that when she promised everybody better bodies, and then on the bus, the military thing, it was cool.
Yeah. Very cool. Now she sews these Navy sailors, and she possesses them to kidnap and torture hunters for information. Dean contacts veteran hunter Irv Franklin to investigate the strange activity, while Sam and Dean look into a massacre involving a busload of dead passengers. Their investigation points directly to Abbadon and the possessed sailors.
I thought it was great that Kevin Tran was able to hack the military computer and blackmail that commander to give...
Yeah, that was a great scene.
The FBI executives.
Yeah, she was great.
People. She was great.
She was great.
But this is just a TV thing. But it's like whenever you're looking at footage, surveillance footage. The person in question always throws a look to the lens.
Oh, really?
Well, like Abbadon's walking and then like Gink is like, Abbadon. Like if Abbadon had just kept her head on the eyes forward, they never would have known that the military personnel was Abbadon. You know what I mean?
Wait. Say it again. So what are you talking?
They're scrolling through security footage and they see Abbadon in a military outfit. That's how they know it's Abbadon.
Oh, and because she looks at the...
But it's a little bit like that, bing,
Yes.
ping the camera a little bit,
Right.
which you have to do to tell the story. But.
Got it. But like, when are you ever looking up towards those cameras?
Yeah.
Soon, Abbadon contacts Dean herself, offering the location of captured hunters as bait. Knowing it's a trap, Sam and Dean still decide to rescue them. Yeah, I thought this was a little strange. Just they're going into exactly where she tells them to go.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I guess you got to save the hunters. Meanwhile, Kevin privately pressures Crowley for information on how to kill a Knight of Hell. I also thought that our friend Osric Chow did a great job in this episode.
Osric's doing well at playing afraid.
Yeah.
Like he's just always like at a fever
I haven't
pitch
slept.
of...
I just vomited on myself.
Yeah. I'm not eating.
I peed my pants a little.
What would you call that?
Just neurotic and
frenetic, sort of neurotic.
Anyway, Crowley's completely, messed with his mind.
Yeah.
And so he's a bit PTSD around Crowley, who manipulates him emotionally, suggesting his mother Linda might still be alive and feeding Kevin's growing anger and desperation. Does that mean that Kevin's mom might still be alive?
More Mrs. Tran? I don't know.
Well, Sam and Dean meet a captured Tracy and Irv in an abandoned neighborhood. What'd you think of Tracy and her working her short shorts to kill the vampire driver and that whole bit?
No, I didn't notice. I just saw a young woman working hard in her car. What did you see, Rob?
I knew you rewound and watched it again. Just for the shot.
What happens if Abbadon is abandoned? Abandoned Abbadon.
Okay, Sam and Dean meet a captured Tracy and Irv in an abandoned neighborhood where I can't say her name anymore. Abbadon's forces are hiding. Tensions rise when Tracy blames Sam for Lucifer's release and the destruction that followed. All right, so Tracy's got beef.
Oh, yeah. Big beef.
Dean defends his brother, insisting they focus on surviving the coming fight. The demons attack with military precision.
Is this where they're at the abandoned town and Dean covers his wang?
You mean backlot? Yeah, I don't understand the cover the wang thing.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking you. It's kind of your area.
First of all, you found it so funny. I guess it's because the nuclear waste or whatever, he doesn't want to affect his sperm. That's the only thing I can think, which doesn't make sense at all. And because why would you just cover it with your hand? Yeah, so Dean covers his crotch, and they walk into this backlot. I mean, that looks like a
backlot.
A backlot. The demons attack with military precision. Irv is quickly killed.
Well, they're military personnel.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's the only kind of precision they know.
Right.
Sam becomes overwhelmed by possessed sailors. Like he's like, oh my God, so many possessed sailors. He's so overwhelmed. During the chaos, Abbadon confronts Dean personally, demanding to know Crowley's location. She easily overpowers Dean and mocks his attempts to stop her. When Sam is nearly killed, Ezekiel secretly takes control of his body. Using angelic power, he destroys several demons and forces Abbadon to retreat. Dean witnesses the event and realizes how dangerous Ezekiel's presence is inside Sam and how dangerous it could become. Ezekiel insists he only acted to protect Sam's life. And so far, I trust Ezekiel. He seems like a really stand-up dude.
I'm on team Ezekiel. I think he's doing a great job trying to heal Sam.
Yeah. And I thought our friend Jared did a great job in that scene.
Yeah.
And that I think was the scene that the Tomo was talking about. That they showed. I think they shot it out of order.
Oh.
And I think they shot this episode first.
Gotcha. That's funny because I remember in the interview going, huh?
That wasn't this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know what I thought was cool about the wings is that they were broken.
Yes.
It's Ezekiel's wings, so they're not fully...
Because he fell, right? It's all part of the fallen angel part.
Exactly. Yeah. He's not at full power. After the battle, Sam regains consciousness with no memory of what happened. Dean lies and says that they simply just got lucky in the fight. Tracy survives and leaves. I don't know if that's the last we've seen of Tracy, but she had that beef, but I guess they resolved the beef.
I certainly know that you hope it's not the last we see of Tracy.
Look, you're the one who rewound for the shot, just to see where they...
Abbadon's baton.
Back at the bunker, Crowley finally provides the names of several demons, claiming Kevin's attempts to torture him have become entertaining enough to deserve a reward. Later, Dean discovers Kevin preparing to leave. Feeling abandoned and used, Kevin says he wants to find his mother on his own. Dean tries to convince him that he and Sam genuinely care about him as a family, not just a prophet. As the episode ends, Sam reflects. So did he leave? I can't remember. Is Kevin gone?
Yeah, because the last line, he looks at him and he says, "You guys can't guarantee me a certain number of episodes.
Right.
I'm not just going to hang around and be referred to."
Right.
And he left.
You can't afford me.
Yeah.
As the episode ends, Sam reflects on Tracy's accusations and the mistakes he's made over the years. Dean reassures him that he's also saved countless lives.
Yeah, saved a lot of lives.
Yeah. Sam admits that despite everything, he finally feels happy with who he is and grateful for the people around him. Dean quietly listens, burdened by the secret that he's still hiding about Ezekiel.
It's almost as difficult as the secret Sam carried when
It's reminiscent of...
when Dean carried when he killed Amy.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost as...
I'm getting real Amy vibes here.
A lot of Amy vibes. No. The Ezekiel thing is a real storyline.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's. I want to hear what Richard Speight thinks. So let's go right into...
Okay, let's do the thing that we do, which is called R, Rob and Rich ratings. I've made no bones about this over the years, Rob. You know this from working alongside me for years. I'm a big Abbadon fan. I think the character is awesome.
Let me ask you a question, because for the longest time, when people say, if you could come back as another supernatural character,
Abbadon.
Who would it be? And your answer is always Abbadon. In the same way that your answer to what's your favorite tree is oak. Rob, you just have your sort of...
Right. But I had seen I always liked the idea. So, because it's not a glib, it's actually a real answer, because I think
great. That's what my question.
Abbadon was an underutilized character. I think they should have kept this feud between Abbadon and Crowley going longer.
Yeah.
This vying for power of hell, I think was a cool thing. And I thought Alaina as an actress was a worthy nemesis of Mark Shepard as an actor. And I think physically the character of Abbadon was a worthy nemesis of Crowley.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked how power hungry she was. I liked the amorality of the character. I liked the way Alaina played the character.
Yeah.
And also just the striking figure she cut as the character.
Yeah.
Including the costuming, including like that weird sort of, I'm going back to a different episode, but the 1950s hair in the rocker clothes with the severed head. Yeah. Like it was a really cool visual.
And the nun, have we seen the nun yet?
No.
She's a nun at some point. She's a nun.
So there's a lot going on here with this character.
I totally agree. Just on the character of Abbadon real quick. I didn't know as much about her as you do. Like I really didn't know any of this. I only know what I've seen at conventions, which...
I had seen this teaser before. I don't remember seeing the episode, but I 100% remember seeing this teaser. And I don't know if it's somebody who's like, oh, dude, you got to check out the teaser when they bring our character back to life or whatever. But somehow in prepping for directing, I remember watching that teaser because it's so cool.
Again, Alaina and Abbadon, Alaina as Abbadon, looks like a comic book villain, super villain. And she's, it's a very striking... I pulled Ruth into the room as I was watching yesterday. I was like, you got to check out Alaina. She's so fun.
Yes. So here's what I think about the episode. I think the character of Abbadon is what makes this episode interesting to me. The teaser is immediately engaging to have her brought back.
Yeah.
I like her whole monologue to the aging vessels that she tries to bring on her side and the military element of getting them involved. For my money, some of the other parts of the episode were a little chatty heavy. What do you call it? A little exposition-y.
Yep.
But I enjoyed the episode a tremendous amount for the elements I just mentioned. Mm-hmm. So beard-wise, do you have a beard going? Do you know? Are you ready?
I mean, I could give my review first.
Go ahead. Get into it.
I think Abbadon is such a cool character. Every scene she's in is good. There's a lot that I liked about this episode. I thought Jared did some great work. Osric did some great work. The scene between Osric and Mark was great. There's just so much I liked about it. I agree with you. There are parts where it feels CW-y. There are parts where like this show is so good that when it's good, it's beyond the network it's on and the fact that it's, this hour-long episodic TV show. It's not even an HBO show or anything. But then there are other times where like, this is kind of CW-y. And that's what you're talking about, which is like, when they're just like, just giving you the story. And sometimes it feels like a lot.
Yeah, I get it. You got to make a lot of TV, and every scene can't be an action scene. I do understand it, but I think a lot of our fans who listen love that drama.
Yeah,
me not so much.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea. So
what's your beard?
What is the beard? Do you have one handy?
I just found one because I'm going to give it to an Olympian. He competed for Italy, and his name is Gianmarco Tamberi.
Okay,
and he did the Olympics with half a beard. So it's a half beard. Half of it is really fantastic.
Like half shaved off in the middle?
Yeah. So he's got half clean face, half beard face.
That sounds a little bit like a Batman villain. Two-Face.
Yeah.
Half beard. Okay, so let me see.
Giancarlo Tamberi.
The beard that I'm going with is this beard, the beard I'm about to name. And that beard is Chris Pine.
Okay.
Because when Chris Pine has a beard, you're like, hey, that's a full beard, Chris Pine. Kind of looks weird on you, but
Sure.
it is a full beard.
Yeah, you're aware.
So I'm going to go with Chris Pine and a beard, which is kind of like, maybe Chris shaved the beard. But you got a beard, and it's a beard.
And respect to your beard.
Tip of the cap to your beard.
I like it.
And that's basically a beard built by Abbadon. I want to be clear.
Exactly. Abbadon's the beard part.
Abba beard. Abba beard.
Well, speaking of, we're so lucky to have her on the podcast. She's a television star whose credits include Dawson's Creek, Painkiller Jane, Smallville, The 100, Riverdale, and Stargate. The universe of Stargate.
Right, of course.
We love her for her role as Marnie Bennett in Kings of Con.
You can watch that on Amazon Prime if you're in the United States. You want to watch Kings of Con, the series?
Yeah.
Starring Rob Benedict and Richard Speight. You can see the great Abbadon.
As Marnie. But you probably love her best for her role as Abbadon in 8 episodes of Supernatural. Here we have our conversation with Alaina Huffman.
Alaina, thanks for doing this.
You're welcome, Richard. That was such an announcement.
Well, Alaina!
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Good projection.
You have an Asia day.
Oh, thank you.
Alaina, we're going to pour a lot of praise onto you because you're just, honestly, this is all new to us. Like, personally, I only know like the iconic pictures of you from conventions, but like this is the first time I'm seeing it all laid out.
Yeah.
But we just love you on the show. It's such a great character, and
Thank you.
You're awesome. I called Ruth in as I was watching. Ruth, you gotta come here, watch Alaina. It's just so fun. We said in the intro, it's like a comic book villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just so
Yeah.
striking, the red hair and everything. It just
And just like the zingers they gave me, like some of the lines, I was
Great
like,
writing.
oh, like who gets to talk like this?
I know,
Yeah.
and the intro in this episode where your fingernails go over the tub,
Yeah.
that's like your back.
I was so nervous to shoot that because like it's scripted that I'm like naked out of a tub and it was a closed set and it was a guy who directed this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his wife was there at the time and she was like, don't worry, everyone's going to be taking care of you. And it was like really
That's
sweet.
good.
And I was like, and then when I saw it, I was like, they ain't see nothing.
No, I will say it's not risque at all. I mean,
No.
there's implied
Yeah.
that you're coming out of the tub in your birthday suit.
Yeah.
But literally, there's nothing
I think that's actually how it's written in the script.
implied.
A birthday script?
Birthday suit.
All right.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing about it. Again, it's a really cool sequence. I
You
think
didn't
that
really have to be naked, did you?
I mean, no, I had like underwear on and like a bandeau top.
But still,
But still, it was like, it's like, I mean, gosh, it's nothing compared to what we do now or what some people do.
Yeah.
Rob, you.
Yeah, me.
What Rob
Thank you.
does.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But we also we have something we didn't have then, which I had, which is an intimacy coordinator,
Yeah.
But when you filmed this, I'm sure there was no one except Guy's wife.
Yeah. And actually that is like reassuring because you are on set and also even that scene that she like leans over Dean and like speaks like dirty to him, like that's such a popular scene with fans.
Yeah.
I was nervous to shoot that too because I was like, that's my friend. I have to say all those things.
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, right.
But doesn't that make it better?
I mean, it could, but you're also like with a crew of predominantly men.
No. I mean, saying it to a friend. Sorry. What I mean is that like, having that back and forth with somebody you already knew and liked.
Oh, Jensen. Yeah.
Jensen, yeah.
Yeah, totally. But again, it still is, anyways, it's like one of those things where it's like, I think from like the outward perspective, we sell it as this like big bad character, and then you've got to portray them. So just kind of stepping into that vulnerability was interesting.
Yeah.
Hey there, this is Richard Speight, and I hope you're enjoying this episode, but we need to pull over for a second for some messages.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob Benedict. It's that time of the year where things are starting to take off. It's really starting to get things going. The convention circuit is starting again, and I've been more intentional about what I wear day to day. I'm leaning into pieces that feel more comfortable and easy to put on, and I just want simple. Just get dressed and go because I don't have time to overthink it. Well, Quince has all the wardrobe staples for spring, and they're easy. They fit all the things I'm looking for. Easy, comfortable, efficient clothes wearing. You want it to be easy, and you don't want to have to search high and low for the best stuff or feel like you have to pay more. Quince makes it easy. Think European linen shorts and shirts starting at $34. Lightweight, breathable, comfortable, but still they look put together. And clean, 100% Pima cotton tees with a softness that has to be felt. And their pants. Don't get me started on their pants. It's the same deal. Balanced, relaxed, comfortable, but still polished enough to hit the parties if you want to. Everything is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen. That's my favorite part. So you're getting premium materials without the markup. I'm still loving this pair of linen shorts I bought at the end of last year, and I haven't been able to wear them, and now the weather's changing, and I've gotten to, and they're super comfortable. And everybody says to me, where did you get those? At one of your fancy pants European clotheries? Are they called clotheries? Clothing stores. No, I say. I got them at Quince. Super easy. It's just easy. You don't have to think, do I look good in this? You look good in it. Quince makes sure. So refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/STN for free shipping on your order plus 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too? That's QUINCE.com/STN for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN.
You need Mint Mobile if you want to save money on your wireless bill. There, I said it. And if you have kids, which I do, I have 3 of them, you can save big money. I'm telling you, these wireless bills can get out of control fast, especially with teens. Teens, they're the worst. Well, put them on a Mint Mobile plan. They'll get everything they need. You'll get everything you need. Crisp, clear connections, and a ton of data. So you got to stop overpaying for wireless. I know why you're doing it. You're doing it because that's just how it's always been done. Well, Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans that start at $15 a month. In this day and age, are you kidding me? Gas is practically $15 a gallon. $15 a month for a cell phone bill, that's a screaming deal. And all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So bring your own phone and your current number. You activate with an eSIM in minutes, and you start saving money immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. You're not locked into anything. So ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. I got to tell you something. It works for the Spate family. You know how teens are. We've been over that. Well, put them on a lockdown plan where they're getting everything they need out of a cell phone, but you're not paying for a bunch of junk. The cell phone works like gangbusters, and you're going to thank me. You'll be glad you did. So if you like your money, like I like my money, Mint Mobile is for you. If you don't like money, hey, go to the casinos, go blow it on a bunch of crap. But I say don't do that. I say sign up with Mint, and you can do that easily. All you got to do is shop plans at mintmobile.com/SPN10. That's mintmobile.com/SPN10. You're welcome. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
Let's take it back before we get in more of it. How did you'd worked on Stargate already before this, right?
Yeah.
How did this part come to you? Did you audition, or was it an offer?
No, it was an audition. And it was funny because when I first got the audition, I think I was at the park with my kids, and I looked at my phone and it came in my inbox, and I was like, Supernatural. That show's still on?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because I was like, and also just because demographically, if you're right for a show, especially back in the day, you audition for it 4, 5, 6 times before they hire you. And I had never auditioned for it. And so I was just completely unaware of it. I hadn't watched it. And I kind of did the math. Well, actually, I had this revelation, which I thought was quite interesting. Had just had Lincoln. He was like 6 or 7 months old when I got this part. And
Wow.
I colored my hair red while I was pregnant with him. And so I always thought, I was like, well, I was pregnant and like on a few shows. So that would make sense why I didn't read for it. And then I was like, hey, I had never had red hair before. And they love redheads on this show.
Is Abbadon described as a redhead in the script?
No, I just mean for me, like I'd never been brought in for the show before.
Right.
And then when they brought me in for this character. And I don't know, I think it was just maybe coincidence, but also kind of an interesting alignment. So yeah, I auditioned for it and it was fun. I remember this was like back in the day when you went in the room and the first scene is the first episode I do, which I get stabbed in the back, shot in the face, and they chop my head off.
Welcome to the set.
That was my audition scene.
Oh my
God.
God.
I was like, I literally was reading into the park and I was like, this is ridiculous. It was 2 pages. It was super easy. I went in the next day and I literally physically didn't know how I was going to do it. And then I just sat in the chair and I was the first one who went in.
Right.
It's UDK that casts, right? And it was Eric or whomever was there. They read with me and then I did the audition and he goes, wow, that was a really hard audition. I was like, yeah. He's like, good job. And then I got the job. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice. I think it's interesting and interested on your perspective on this, Rob, but I feel like when you're the first one to go in the room, you're almost doomed not to get the job. Like, I think you beat the averages.
That's a hard place to be.
Yeah, it can be. I've also heard it before where people are like, I think because when you know the session is going and you hear notes, because you can hear through the wall sometimes, you internalize those and those aren't necessarily for you.
True.
Right.
Like, Rich, don't you have that experience directing? Like, each performance brings its own nuance that you're like, I want to see you do this. Not necessarily for the character, for you playing this character.
100%. Yeah, for sure. I think sometimes, I guess my thought is on the being the first, and I hadn't really thought about this from a directing standpoint, but from an acting standpoint, you're setting the template. Like if they've seen nobody and you walk in, in a weird way, you're giving everybody else a free boost up. And then hopefully by the end, they go back and remember that you were the first person who set the tone, but not always, Yeah. I don't know. But good for you. You beat the averages. That's great.
And I also think too, like it kind of goes to like what's for you won't miss you, because I don't think this character was supposed to have such an arc. I think it just kind of became this really nice relationship between me, the character, and the writers and the rest of the crew. And it kind of evolved, and that's happened to me on other shows too, where you go in and it inspires an arc,
It's a great character.
Did you know this was going to be recurring at all?
No, not at all. It was supposed to be a one-off. I mean, I died.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all that you got brought back. It's Rob and I have talked about it a lot because this is not the first episode we've seen you in this as Abbadon.
Yeah.
It's such a dynamic character. It's such a unique, and you answered one thing. I was curious if you did the hair for the role, but that you arrived at that. But that's a nice detail. I mean, there's just, to Rob's point, it's such a larger than life, not your performance, that's like right where it should be, but the visuals are larger than life for this character.
Your costumes. I mean, they're iconic costumes.
Your costumes, your hair. The fact that you go from a 1950s party dress to dressing like a goth chick, but with 1950s hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole rockabilly.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
Now, has this ever come back? The severed neck?
Mm-mm. No, she's like, this is a rebirth.
Right. Of course. Yeah, that is such an iconic, and that's what, one episode where your neck is.
Yeah, and actually that year in San Diego, I remember talking to Jim Michaels. Like, I think we were in San Diego, and he was like, your character is being cosplayed like a ton. They're like, there's a lot of gender benders of the boys' characters, and then there's a lot of Cass. But other than that, they don't usually cosplay a lot of characters from the show. And he's like, we've seen so many of these Abbadons, just that like Joker tie, the smeared lipstick.
Yes,
and
totally.
A lot of Abbadon.
Yeah.
She's a cool character to cosplay.
Yeah, for sure.
I think at this point for the actresses, it's Abbadon and Rowena that you see.
Yeah. Now this was like way before that.
Yeah, pre Ruth. But and by the way, that is exactly what Rob and I are saying. We've been around the convention circuit forever and have seen a gazillion young ladies or gentlemen coming in with the Abbadon swirly hair up.
Yeah.
And the leather outfit with the t-shirt and the severed head. And we're going, I know you're Abbadon. I don't know what led to that ensemble.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a mix.
But now you know.
Yeah, exactly. Now we know.
I have to say though, I just got to plug this for myself. Like, earlier this year, we were in London, and Jim Beaver walks into the green room and he goes, "You." And I was like, "Hey, buddy." And he was like, "I just started watching the show and I finally got to you. Wow." And I was like, he's like, "I mean, I knew you'd be bad. I knew you'd be a badass, but like,
yeah,
my heart, like, it just made me feel so good."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Jim's doing a watch along with us, Rich. He's not necessarily exactly where we are, but he's close.
Yeah.
Just for his own edification?
Jim Beaver and his daughter, I think, are doing a watch.
Oh,
together.
that's great.
Well, so often we work with everybody all these times, right? I found that too. Like, we used to do live tweet parties, and that's the only time I'd really watch the show. And I was like, oh, my friends are really good at this.
Yeah, totally. Now, what about in the scene where your hand gets chopped off and then your hand independently crawls over you? Was that you, or was that like an extra?
Oh, yeah, that's so good.
We had to do like a hand match double with my nails and whatever. And so they had her do everything from the box and then up to my shoulder. And then I took over from my shoulder. And there's a lot of behind the scenes shots or like set shots, and you can see the green tape on my wrists.
Oh, amazing.
And so that's from that where I kind of do, get the bullet out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. It looks great.
Yeah. So cool. Your presence is such a royal, it's like we said, it's like almost comic book like. Were you thinking of any of those things, or were you just like, in terms of inspiring your performance, or was it just like you get onto set, you get the outfit on, and you're her?
I think like landing in Vancouver, like I walk different. I talk. It's so funny because I was married and, like just really in my own, when you're married with kids and everything, you don't think about anything exterior. And like I would get hit on all the time. And I was like, what is happening?
Right.
I just think her energy was just like exuded.
Yeah.
And I really don't take any credit for her. I just kind of allowed.
Yeah. It's amazing. And it's, again, it's the same thing. We know, your friends, and then like you see them in this thing and,
Yeah.
And when you first got cast, did you have trouble like catching up on mythology of like what the show was about?
I didn't even really bother, to be honest. I will say I'm really grateful. Adam Glass wrote my character for the most part, and he's really communicative. And he was very good about explaining, like my character's name was Josie, and he named her after his daughter Josephine.
Oh, wow.
And and he wanted Abbadon to be like, the feminist, like she broke the glass ceiling. Like to me, I always thought the more interesting storyline had her story continued would be the Josie storyline. Like I would have loved to have seen her involvement in the Men of Letters and sort of her being on the good side. I think that would have been a really interesting arc for her.
Yeah.
Because I just think, with bad guys, they're so fun and big and vibrant, but like...
Totally.
I know. I was hoping selfishly that there would be a longer, protracted battle.
Same.
Not just because, of the work element. It was a good story.
Yeah. They talk about her the whole... Like, you guys are kind of in the middle of this season, so they talk about her the whole rest of the season.
Yeah.
And it's funny because people are like, oh, no, you were like all over that season. I was like, not really. Like, that doesn't translate to my bank account.
Exactly. So, no, I know we sort of started off like in the middle of like how you got the audition and stuff. I'm just curious, backstory. When you got the audition, you're like, oh, this show's still on the air. So you had been aware of it. You kind of thought, hey, maybe I'll go in for it. It hadn't been on your radar, so you just moved on from it professionally, kind of thinking like this is no longer a viable.
Oh, no, I just didn't even, I wouldn't have even considered. I think, well, what year did it start? 03, 04?
05.
Yeah, 5. So I was on a series 06, 07, 08, 9, 10. Yeah.
Right.
I was on Stargate, I was on Smallville, and I was on another show called Painkiller Jane. So and I was I had 4 kids. So I was pregnant most of that time.
Yeah, you were busy. Did you have already a professional relationship with Jared and/or Jensen at that point?
No, but we did have just our Smallville relatability. And then so the first time I met them, like in the makeup trailer, they came in to say hello, which I thought was very gracious. As we know, they're very gracious guys. And we connected, even though, I'm always quoted as like a Canadian actor, and I was born in Canada, but I'm an American. And I started my career actually in Texas. So we bonded over Texas because
cool.
I live in Dallas now, and I started my career.
Which is where you live, yeah.
Yeah, and I love Texas. And so Jensen's from Dallas. And so we kind of bonded over that somehow. I don't even know how it came up, but I was like, oh yeah, that's where I started my career. Did a bunch of movies in Austin. And so we had kind of a little Texas connection.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the Texas connection, which is what they had with each other too.
Yeah.
It was always interesting to me.
The country of Texas.
Yes, exactly. So last season, you had the opportunity to work with, the previous season 8, to work with a lot of the like great directors, Phil Segrisha, Tom Wright,
Yeah.
Serge. You worked with Serge.
His first episode.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this was Guy Norman B. What was it like collaborating with different directors for this part that was sort of ever changing, but had such presence?
I found this in my career. I'm sure you guys have too. Like, I was actually so honored to work with Serge on his first episode, because when you work on a series for a long time, which I was just coming into the series, but they were season 8, you see this, you see people who kind of like move up through the ranks and like take on producer roles or take on head of department roles or go into directing or whatever. And so they were giving Serge this opportunity, and he was very meticulous about his process. And so he took me out for brunch and we talked about the character. He's responsible for the sort of rockabilly look.
Oh, amazing.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So originally as scripted, I was in the 50s dress, which was custom made by Costumes. And then they were just like, throw the t-shirt on. He's like, no, take the whole outfit. And he's like, I want her to have like a cohesive look.
Yes.
And so he was really an advocate for that, which Costumes loved as well.
Yeah.
Phil, of course, became a mentor and a friend. And it's great to, work with him. And just, I shadowed him later on, seasons later, and, just having him as a producer and also director and have, his editing brain. He just is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Guy was great. So Guy actually came straight up to me and was like, you worked with Ming Na. I've worked on ER for years. She's a good friend of mine. And so we just immediately had like a very nice, friendly connection. We took a selfie and sent it to Ming. And
oh, wow.
And then, like I said, his wife was there and she was just very like, just don't worry about it. I already told him nobody's on set when you're in that bathtub. And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
nice.
So that was great. Yeah. Overall, like, gosh, it's amazing. Like, we all know this. One audition can really just change the trajectory of your career, your life.
I know.
And it's been such a blessing to my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So earlier in this episode, I was like, is she the big bad of this season? So you kind of are, but not necessarily resulting in episodes. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah, which I get. I mean, that was like me in the last season, and I'm not in as much of it as you think. Just everyone's talking about me.
Yeah. They talk about me a lot.
Supernatural's really good at that. They'll be like, Rich and I are always laughing because they'll be like, oh, I just talked to Bobby on the phone. It's like, because we didn't fly Jim up to do the episode.
I can't afford to get Bobby in here, but
he's here.
Got him on the horn.
Yeah.
And we always we laugh how they do that. They're like, hello, Bobby. What do you mean your truck broke down?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're stuck in Hackensack.
Yeah, he's not on the other line. Well, I know, and it's funny because when they came, so I think, and I've spoken to this about this with a couple of my castmates, and I won't like disclose too many details, but like they came to me, and I think because I had been a series regular on multiple shows and things, they came at me in the second season that I was on, and they like just wanted to negotiate a seasonal rate. So I knew I was coming back. So I asked for a number of episodes, and I asked for a rate, and then they honored that because they were like, this is going to be a big character. I'm sure they use that with you guys too. They were like, you're going to make money in conventions. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
I know. Yeah. Later on, they would throw that in there. Yeah.
But I will say, them talking about you and keeping you relevant, it really does kind of pay off in sort of the mythology of the show.
Yeah. Well, you bring up a really good point, Alaina, that we don't talk about a lot on this show as actors. And I hear sometimes through Ruth, like, you're really good at this too. Like, and I think Rich is too. Like, we also are running a business here.
Yeah.
We are the business. And so you do need to negotiate to try to, look for future work. And so that's really smart. People don't necessarily know that's how it works. But when you come to a guest star and you're like, hey, we'd like you to recur this year, you have the option or to go, well, I would like this in return,
Yeah.
this many episodes or whatever it is. And that's, just as part of what we do that people don't always necessarily know.
And I think it's important to have the conversations. Like, I learned that from Justin Hartley. I remember when they brought me back on Smallville, he was like, so they paid you more, right? And I was like, well, no. He's like, well, they should. Don't come back if they don't pay you more. And I was like, yes, sir.
Huh? Yeah.
Pay less.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the opposite. I'm like, okay, I'll do it for less.
Yeah. Do you have peanuts? I think too, like, even though like my character on Smallville, she's the Black Canary, I felt sort of similar. When you feel just really good about a character, when you just go in the room and you're like, oh, this feels good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that same way. And it's that same sort of larger than life. And I don't know, I'm tall. I don't know if it's like a combination of like those types of things, but I'm like, oh, kind of just lends to what I can do. And then I think they wrote really well for me. I really loved how they wrote for me.
Yeah, really great episodes. Well, I look forward to seeing the rest of them because I know I've got a few more of you, right?
Yeah, we got more Huffman coming up.
Every time you show up on screen, we're not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like we really mean it. It's like, oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be good.
Yeah, we enjoy the character tremendously.
Good.
Yeah. And we always have, like Rich always says on stage, like Abbadon's my favorite, and
because I've seen, even though I haven't seen all of the episodes of Supernatural or even of your character, I had seen enough where I was like, oh, that's an awesome character.
Yeah.
I'd seen this teaser of you coming out of the tub, which is a great resurrection sequence. I've seen you have something coming up that I've seen that we haven't aired yet.
You're in a nun outfit at some point, aren't you?
Yeah, that's before this. Oh, is it?
I don't know. It's a flashback, but I don't think it's before. I think.
Oh, you're right. It's a flashback. Mother's Little Helper, is that the one, or is that the first one? Oh, I don't remember. Anyways, yes.
Don't make us look bad to the fans. We're not going to know.
Anyway, we love it, and it fits right in with, like, I always think of this show like a superhero show. I feel like Sam and Dean are also unkillable, and they're the heroes, and so you fit in such a great antagonist, and again, like many of the great roles in the show, you aren't in enough of it. We just wish we could, see more of it.
Yeah.
The difference between their skill set is she is physically unkillable and they're contractually unkillable. Small difference.
Yes, indeed.
We love those. I remember being on a show and they gave me a disease, and the writer came up to me before the episode came out and he's like, I just want you to know, like, we're not killing you. I just wanted to tell this story and I wanted you to tell it. And it was like, oh, I'm glad you told me that, because I was like,
awesome.
I got a contract.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Maybe we can have you back on for like your last episode, but we love talking to you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for doing this, and great work in the show. Really and truly.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you guys. Boston?
Yep.
Yes, Boston. Beantown coming up.
We'll be there.
Beantown. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I love you both. Thank y'all.
This is Jared Padalecki stopping in to say hi and let you know that we've got to take a quick break.
Hey, it's Richard Spade. Did you know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month? It is, and that's important. A lot of people don't put their mental health at the top of their must take care of list, but you need to. We don't think twice about going to the doctor for a broken arm or for any other medical issue, but for some reason, there's sometimes something taboo about taking care of our mental health. Well, I say there shouldn't be. I'm somebody who uses therapy often and successfully, and I think that makes me stronger, not weaker. Better, not worse. Mental health deserves our full attention, and I'm glad there's a month where we can talk about it openly and honestly. Do yourself a favor. Check in with yourself. Check in with a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. And take steps to prioritize your own mental health and encourage your family and friends to do the same. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, like I said. Now, the goal is not just to talk about mental health throughout the month of May. It's to take action and to get support for yourself and encourage your friends and family to get support. But I know that it can seem tricky to actually do that. Sure, you can do online therapy, but online therapy sometimes doesn't accept insurance, which means that even during a month like May, when you're supposed to be focusing on your mental health, you're getting stuck with the bill. Well, I'm here to talk about Rula. R-U-L-A, Rula. They do things differently. They partner with over 120 insurance plans, and they make the average copay just $15 per session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. At $15 a session, you honestly can't afford not to take care of your mental health. This is one of the easiest ways to actually follow through, too, using Rula. There's no wait list, no frustrating back and forth with some rando who really doesn't have a horse in the race. Appointments can be available as soon as tomorrow. So the day you decide to take care of yourself is the last day you won't have mental health prioritized in your life. Go to Rula.com/supernatural to get started today. That's RULA.com/supernatural for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Rula supports every aspect of your mental health journey, from finding a therapist to following through with therapy to medication management. With its diverse network of licensed, experienced therapy professionals, Rula's therapists and psychiatrists make it easy for you to get the care you need, the care you deserve. So, listen to what I'm telling you. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. Don't just think about your mental health. Actually take the step to take care of it. Visit Rula.com/supernatural to get started. That's RULA.com/supernatural. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
Thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
That is Alaina Huffman, everyone.
Is there anything more delightful than having a conversation with Alaina Huffman?
She is that thing that you were saying, too, as a person. Like, she's always got a smile on her face.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what. Like, she presents herself so kindly.
Great energy, great person, great actress, great role, great conversation.
Agreed.
Well, Robbie, there's a lot of things we could do in this program, but I say we stick to our guns and go with mythology, 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 mythology.
Abbadon is a mysterious figure and concept found in the Bible, most notably in the book of Revelation. The name comes from the Hebrew word Abbadon.
Well, of course it comes from the word Abbadon. That makes no sense.
Which means destruction, ruin, or place of destruction.
It's kind of hot.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, Abbadon is usually not a person, but a place associated with death, the grave, or the underworld, or Rob's undergarments. It appears in books like Job, Psalms, and Proverbs, often paired with Sheol, the realm of the dead. In these passages, Abbadon represents a domain of destruction hidden from the living.
The most famous reference appears in Revelation 9:11 in the New Testament. During the vision of the fifth trumpet, as you know, terrifying locust-like beings emerge from the abyss, and they are ruled by, quote, Rich?
A king over them, the angel of the bottomless pants. Sorry, pit. That's my bad. The bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abbadon, and in Greek, his name is Apollyon.
This passage transformed Abbadon from a symbolic place of destruction into a more personified figure.
I don't know why, but for some reason, your new nickname is the fifth trumpet. I don't know why that's funny, but it just is.
It's weird that in Greek the name was Apollyon, and Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo is
a good guy.
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
He's like their god. Okay, and now we've got
Fun facts.
The title. Here we go, Rich. This is what you asked for.
Right.
Comes from the phrase "devil may care," which is used to describe someone with a careless or happy-go-lucky attitude. It roots potentially in the golden age of piracy. It appeared in print by the late 1700s.
Interesting. And, you know, in Italy, they call this episode Folia Spericolata. Spericolata. Folia Spericolata, which means, loosely, crazy madness.
I do see that. And then I can't even pronounce this one from Japan. Rich, do you see this?
I do. Well, hopefully they've gone off script and just kind of mixed it up for this Abbadon episode. I'd like to see them put a little effort into it. What are they calling this one, Robbie?
Loosely translated, it looks like the happy fun boat that kills you. Huh. And then in parentheses, but it's hot.
But it's the hot, happy fun boat. The abandoned diner Sam and Dean find Irv Franklin and Tracy Bell in is called Ozzy O's. This is a reference to the late Ozzy Osbourne, except for he wasn't the late Ozzy Osbourne at the time.
Correct.
He was very much alive.
Yes.
The menu also contains references to Ozzy and his band Black Sabbath. For example, you could order the Sweet Leaf Granola.
Oh, cool.
A reference to the song Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath. Robbie?
That's awesome. Crazy Train Scrambler, a reference to the song Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne's debut solo single.
And Geezer Burrito, a reference to Geezer Butler, bassist and lyricist of Black Sabbath.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I didn't know that.
That is cool.
The coordinates Abbadon gives Kevin are 44053.051 minus 123.12786 and point to an industrial estate in Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon, home of the Oregon Ducks.
There you go.
All right. Well, it's been a heck of an episode, Robbie. You did great, and I, of course, was in the pocket.
And I did just fine.
I did okay. Look, we all did great because because Abbadon was here. We had Alaina, so it's a great episode.
Exactly. Alaina really pulled it out for us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at us, right on time. We did it, Rich.
We sure did.
We really did it.
Nobody believed in us, especially us. Well, but here we are.
And the station, the station's always breathing down our necks.
Yeah, and the station manager always coming downstairs to the show floor, waving paperwork at us.
Well, I'm excited. I'm glad to be here in season 9. I feel like it's even though I gave it only half a beard, I really am enjoying it.
Yeah, and I gave it the Chris Pine, which I said it's kind of a mixed review, but that's not because of Abbadon.
Yeah, and this half-beard guy from Italy is a stud. He's a star.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks, everyone. We will see you next time. This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester and Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester.
Guest stars include Alaina Huffman, Mark Shepard, Osric Chow, Jesse Hutch, Paul Ray, and Olivia Ryan Stern.
Devil May Care was written by Andrew Dabb and directed by Guy Norman B.
Editing by Don Cook. Music by Jay Gruska.
The second assistant director was Deborah Hurst.
Executive produced by Robert Singer and Jeremy Carver.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
This episode featured the following songs: Rockin' Down the Highway by the Doobie Brothers.
And this episode originally aired on October 15th, 2013.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Spade Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine, written by Stephen Hine and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
Devil May Booty! Music provided by Tim Wynn.
The episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now.
I just realized that Steve didn't really write anything here, and maybe our improv isn't what it used to be. Wait, who did it point to?
Abbadon. Abbadon. Abbadon.
What do you abandon Abbadon and you have to use, and you can look it up by saying abracadabra Abbadon.
What if you had a really bad Abbadon? But Abbadon.
And then I came to your house and I pulled Ruth up here to the house and I made her watch Abbadon.
Wow.
And then you came up and you grabbed Ruth, like, don't do that. First, let's talk about beards and what they mean to us.
You're stalling.
Wow, you drove her away, Rob. She left.
That did it.
I told you, don't say nice things right out of the gate.
Sorry, my phone unplugged.
We didn't even think about what if Abbadon joined the band ABBA.
Abbadon?
Story Mill Media.
A 24-year-old burning alive inside his own apartment. Police waited outside for 38 minutes. Think about that as a parent. Your son is in there for over half an hour while first responders stay outside the door. Was this an accident? A suicide? Questions linger when the evidence finally comes to the surface. A specific section on both wrists unburned, a clean knife, and a room full of debris as if it could have been placed there after the fire. His death was ruled a suicide before he was officially pronounced dead. Hours earlier, he would tell his parents that if his wife found out he was leaving, she would go ballistic. That's our episode, She'd Go Ballistic, The Suspicious Death of David Elmquist. This is Crime Salad. We look at the cases where the official story doesn't hold up. We look at the holes in the investigation, and we help families fight for accountability. I'm Ashley.
I'm Ricky.
Search for Crime Salad wherever you listen.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.